Apocalypse Nowish, aka Rain of Fire.
Right, true.
This airs November 17th, 2002. The number one song in America for these 2 weeks is still "Lose Yourself" by Eminem, but that wasn't as big a hit in the UK. They're liking "Dirty" by Christina Aguilera right now.
I don't know if I know that one.
Really, "Dirty."
Saying the title again didn't really
It
help
no,
me.
it had two R's. You have to,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
I definitely
That
don't
was
know that then.
like Christina Aguilera was sort of like a pop darling, and then Dirty came out, and it was like, oh, she's a fucking whore.
Oh wow.
Like she was dressed in like a tramp on this one.
It was that Miley Cyrus album that I'm
It
forgetting
was,
the
it
name
was
of.
bangers, bangers. This
Bangers.
this was her bangers.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Um, all right, what else happened? A lot going on. James Coburn passed away.
Oh no, that's terrible.
R.I.P. to him. He just won an Oscar a few years before this.
For what?
For Affliction, best
Oh, that's
supporting
cool.
actor. Yeah. Then we were all worried about the SARS virus this week. That was like a pandemic that was happening.
Oh no.
SARS.
That's
You don't remember SARS?
no, I don't remember that.
God, you were so young. Um, and this episode, oh, the number one movie in America, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Okay. Underrated. One of the more underrated Harry Potter films.
Well, it's underrated because it's so bad,
Because people say it's the worst one and it's not.
and it is.
It's arguable.
I would argue that there's no conversation to be had. It is so clearly the worst of the eight Harry Potter prime flicks. If you want to tell me there's a fucking Fantastic Beasts that's worse than this, fine.
I think the
But
first one might be worse than the second one.
no fucking way because it establishes the whole world and it does that well.
And Goblet of Fire might be worse.
No, it's not.
And Half Blood Prince.
Insane.
And Deathly Hallows Part 2 might be worse.
Deathly Hallows
That's the
Part
thing I've been
2.
thinking about recently.
Worse than
That might be my
Chamber of
hot take.
Secrets.
Is that the worst Harry Potter film? Is part one the best and part two the worst? Nobody's talking about it. Maybe they should.
Nobody's talking about it because it's dumb. It's a terrible take.
Disagree. People will talk about it when that new show comes out. There will be a new revision of the films. You excited for that new show?
No, but I mean, I've got a few years to get excited. So
It's true. That's
yeah.
true.
Um. All right. This aired the same night as Survivor Series 2002. Logan.
Why did you say it like that? Oh, Survivor Series 2002. I thought you were saying the season of Survivor that happened in 2002.
No.
I'm stupid. That's fun. What happened?
WWE Survivor Series 2002. It was a huge night, Logan. The first ever Elimination Chamber happened the night that this
Wow. Holy
episode of
shit.
Angel aired. Okay. Shawn Michaels walked away with the win there, defeating Triple H, Booker T, Rob Van Dam, Kane, and Chris Jericho. What a night.
That's very fun.
All right. Um, Los Guerreros won the tag team championship. That's Eddie and his uncle Chavo Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
They won the tag team titles from Edge and Rey Mysterio, who were a team at this time.
That's cool.
And Brock Lesnar took his first ever loss. All right, he was undefeated up to this point. He had the championship, and he lost on this night to the Big Show.
The Big Show gave
Yes,
Brock Lesnar his first
yeah,
L. That's
isn't that
crazy.
wild?
He's only taking L's these days.
You're kind of
That's
right.
crazy. The Big Show. That's
Yeah,
wild. A
yeah.
little push for the Big
I
Show.
didn't remember that either. And I was doing the research for this. I was like, that's fucking wild. Um, the night this aired, also, Futurama had a new episode, Jurassic Bark, which for my money is the best episode of Futurama.
I didn't know that was on back then.
Yeah.
I thought it started like 2008 or 9.
No, it was on from like 99 to 2002, and then it got canceled for a few years, and then it came back. So
Oh
you
shit.
might be accurate about that,
Never
but
knew about the original run.
Yeah, there was an original run. All right, I'm ready. Stephen DeKnight wrote this episode. It's his second episode of Angel after the premiere of this season, Deep Down. And Vern Gillum is our director. He was like a hot
Hey
TV director.
Vern.
Hey, Vern. Very good. He was a hot TV director in like the 80s. He did a lot of Miami Vice.
Oh, cool.
He actually previously directed one episode of Angel, but it was years ago. And now he's back for this one. He directed I Fall to Pieces, which is the fourth episode of season one. And
No recollection of what happens
yeah,
there.
then he went, it was like
Oh, he like cuts himself up.
yeah, he can like send off his like body parts on little missions.
Totally, totally.
Um,
What a fucking weird show this was back then. We
I
had no
know.
goal. We were just doing shit.
Yep. All right. So he's back to direct this one, Vern Gillum. He'll be back and do a couple more after this, I think. Um, all right, let's get into Logan's Apocalypse Nowish notes.
Well, first of all, let me say, easiest paycheck ever for Daniel Day Kim. Am I right?
It's true.
He just got duct taped, sit on the couch. That's it. That's all I didn't have to say
Good
a thing.
point. Yeah, he got some guest star money for this.
Awesome job by him. He's in more of this week than Xander. That's pretty
Good
wild.
point. Yeah.
Uh, so Gunn and Fred are leaving to. They're like demons in a pipe. They get a call, something's in a pipe, so they go deal with that. We learn it's rats. That was
Yeah.
pretty funny. Connor brings Cordelia some snacks. I noticed Funyuns. What'd you notice?
I don't think I noticed anything. So
Oh
good
shit.
on you.
Well,
Yeah.
Funyuns have a specific bag, I feel. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then Cordelia gets visions of that demon guy. We learn some more about him.
The
Uh,
Beast.
the Beast. I don't know where we get the credits. I didn't write credits anywhere. My bad. And then Wesley. This is after the credits. I know for sure. Wesley gets home, and who's in his apartment? But
Lila.
Lila. And who's she dressed as?
Fred.
Fred. She like the glasses were crazy. They got like the exact oval glasses.
Yeah.
It was wild. And what does he say about
High
the
school
glasses?
me was so horny for this.
For Lila as Fred.
Yeah, yeah.
So is Wesley. He says, keep the glasses on.
Oh,
Toots.
I feel like it's like that's like a odd moment. Like he says, I don't know. Like I feel like Lila's purpose in this is to get Wesley to say like, no, like be yourself. I don't want this.
But
But
he's
like
like, no, I do
keep
want it.
the glasses on. It's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, well, that is crazy. Actually, that's
Mhm.
nuts. And then Fred and Gunn, we go back to the hotel. She wants a quiet soak alone. Is what happens, and he gets really offended by that. He
Yeah.
thought they were gonna bathe together, and he's like, "We ever since that murder, we've been sleeping on the wrong side of the bed." Stuff like that. They argue.
Ever since we killed Professor Seidel.
Ever since I did for
Yeah.
you, we got like confirmation on all that stuff.
Mhm.
Connor shows up. He says, "Angel, go talk to Cordelia. I'd really appreciate that if you did that." And Cordelia says to Angel, when I was a higher being, higher power, whatever they call it, I saw all the evil things you did. I didn't
Right.
like this. This seemed cheap to me, honestly. I saw all the evil shit you did as Angelus. Now we can't be together. I have to like rethink everything. I was like, what the fuck?
There's more to it.
I'm sure there
Again, this
is. Yeah.
is like this is something this episode you're we're gonna get like 10 or 11 more episodes deep into the season, and you're gonna look back on shit that happens in this episode completely differently.
So both these episodes are like very foreshadow heavy,
They're yeah,
or they mean
yeah,
more later on.
exactly. Yeah.
All right. More of the demon guy. He's cool. He's actually pretty scary. Who plays him? Do we know any of
The
these actors
Beast.
here?
You call him the
Oh,
Beast.
Vladimir Coolidge.
That's his name.
The Beast. Sorry.
Mhm.
You keep saying that, yeah.
But it's Vladimir Coolidge, yeah.
That's a cool name. All right. Fred, it goes missing. We don't know
He
where
actually
Fred went.
he was actually in the credits last week. Like he got a guest
Oh,
star for Spin the Bottle, and like there's that one shot of his eyes. That's it.
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Thought it might be like maybe before they had an actor,
No, no.
but no, they had him back then.
Hmm.
Fred, she ends up going to that diner that her and Gunn go
Oh,
to.
apparently the Beast was supposed to be introduced a little later in the season, but WB was like, "You're not getting any more episodes for the rest of 2002," and they were like, "Well, we should probably introduce our main villain for the season."
That's a good idea. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see if it affects anything.
yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, yeah. So she's at that diner that she and Gunn go to, and
yeah, that waitress was cool. Do we? Molly Weber is her name. She doesn't have a picture on IMDb.
yeah, I don't think she's anybody really, but I actually thought she was pretty good. It's a nice little scene between the two of
Yeah,
them.
she's sweet. Like he loves you. Don't worry about it. Angel, this is where Angel goes to Lila. He ties up Gavin because Gavin wouldn't talk. So he's waiting on Lila to show up.
Vampire
And
detector's my ass.
yeah, she's like, how the hell did you get in here? That didn't work. And he says, you guys are like detecting what was in Lauren's horn. And I want to know what that was about. What did you guys find out?
Right.
And so we'll see what happens.
Well, we find out that like all their psychics, like anytime they try and probe into what happened, and their like brains are exploding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. Did Lauren do that?
What?
It's a trap. Lauren set his like
No,
horn to be a
no.
trap.
I think it's just like so
So
fucking.
crazy in there.
Yeah, that's why Lauren was so like unwilling to talk about it at the time.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on. We still haven't learned about Wesley's dad, have we? Thought about that this week. So it
Yeah, I
really
feel.
touched a lot on that. We did like barely once, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
we see him like call him for his birthday and then get like
yes,
shot down on the phone. But we do meet Wesley's dad at one point. So
in the
but that's
future.
yeah, that's
Oh, that's
later.
cool.
Mm.
Is it an actor?
Mm, not really.
I thought you were gonna make a joke. No, they hired a robot to play him. Uh, uh. So we go. Oh, I thought this was weird. We go to like Connor's birth site. Cordelia like takes
Yeah,
Connor. Like this is where freaking Darla gave birth to you. And he's like, I don't deserve to live. I'm the baby of two vampires. Uh, Whatever. He's really going through it. I don't know. Uh, Angel shows up and he says, "Oh, he has like a bunch of pages that they printed out for him. Like this is what's going on in Lauren's head or something, right?"
oh,
And
but this is back to Wolfram and Hart. He
he
doesn't
goes,
show up in the alley.
I thought he went back to the Hyperion Hotel.
No,
He
but
goes back to the hotel with the
you
page.
were talking about Connor and Cordelia, and then you were like, and then Angel shows up.
Oh, well, he shows
He
up
doesn't
at the
show up there.
hotel.
This is
No,
a
no, no.
completely different part. Yeah.
Right. He takes the papers to the hotel. They're trying to investigate what does this all mean. And then they lay him out and it's like the same pattern as uh something on the computer.
Gunn sees it. So like last week he was all like, I'm the muscle. You know,
Oh,
Fred and Wesley are the brains, but who fucking came up with this shit? Good job, Gunn.
yo, I didn't catch that, but way to go, Gun. Good job,
Mm-hmm.
him. And it's like this diamond, and they're looking on the computer for like this phone where like these phone calls were, and that's in the diamond too. I don't know what was going on, but yeah, Fred's talking to that waitress. She's nice. Uh that's where we find the big demon. He'd killed a bunch of people, right? And we feel like it's like on a rooftop with like a bunch of dead bodies, and then we surround him when we fight him, but then he escapes.
That's way later. No,
Well,
we
we're at the end of
see
the episode, aren't we?
but we see the beast rise. This is important.
Yeah, through
He
the bricks.
but it's where exactly where Connor was born.
Oh, that is important.
Yeah.
That seems pretty important.
Yeah.
Totally.
So the beast rises in the spot of Connor's birth and then briefly fights Connor and then gets away. And then much later in the episode, they're able to pinpoint the location where the beast is going to do this spell from all those papers, like you said. And that's when they find him on top of that skyscraper.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
something deep going on with this monster. Why'd he show up where Connor was born?
Yeah. So that fight scene I
That was
think
cool.
is fucking baller.
Yeah, that was
Like
very
your
cool.
mileage may vary. There's some like slow mo and shit, which is very in vogue at the time. But I think it's really cool, and he like beats the shit out of them. And
Yeah. Angel
Wesley,
gets stabbed with
yeah,
the and thrown off a
he
building.
gets thrown off a building. Yeah, and but I love when Wesley busts out those guns, just starts like shooting at the beast.
Yeah, that was crazy, but didn't really do too much damage.
No, no, but
And then
it's
there was a
cool
shotgun
looking.
too.
Yeah, yeah. He like wastes these two like Lara Croft guns, and then he busts out a fucking shotgun. It's pretty baller. Um,
Lara Croft guns.
yeah,
I think they're called
yeah,
handguns, but you call
Uh,
them Lara Croft guns.
yeah. Well, anytime someone has two guns, to me, that's Lara Croft guns.
I think
Uh,
of the guy from The Mummy, Brendan Fraser from The Mummy.
oh
He
really?
has two guns, but he does a cool thing where he holds them, he holsters them. Like the right one he holsters in the left hip,
Yeah,
and the left one he
it's
holsters in the right hip, and
sort
he
of like
goes
a
like,
Western
and he
thing.
pulls them
Yeah,
out. Oh, it's the coolest shit ever, especially
and
when you're like 6 years old.
Gunn uses his axe in this fight. The axe we've seen him use 100 times, the beast destroys it. So final appearance of that axe.
Oh man, all right,
Yeah,
if he to that axe, uh, that axe. Am I right?
that
Uh,
axe.
and then Connor, is this why it's called Rain of Fire? All the raining fire from the
Well,
sky.
it's not called Rain of Fire, but this is yeah. The WB promoted this episode pretty heavily, and the commercials all said Rain of Fire, and you saw that happen, which only happens in the last like 5 minutes of the episode. It's kind of spoilery, but yeah, that's what's going on. There's a rain of fire. There's like I think there's like a lot of apocalyptic shit happening over the course of this episode.
Yeah.
And that's the
Who
final.
said the title? I forgot who said the title.
Does someone say Apocalypse Nowish?
They did. They definitely said it. I noticed it. I forgot who though.
I don't remember.
I think it was
But
Lauren. I
anyway,
want to say it was Lauren. Uh, and the fire. Angel's watching them have sex, and we see the fire in the reflection of the skyscraper or the building,
yeah,
whatever. It's
yeah.
pretty sad.
So Cordelia and Connor fuck.
Oh, I skipped something.
Yeah,
This
what'd you
is
skip?
you mentioned Edge earlier. There's a moment where the
Oh, I
rest
know exactly what you're gonna talk about. Someone said you think you know me.
Wesley to Lila says, "You think you
Yeah,
know me?" And then she says, "Better than she ever will."
right, right. I
He,
thought
he said it just like the Edge
I
thing
know.
too.
I thought about Edge in that moment too.
I have like a that's like one of those like phrases I have like a real reaction to. It's crazy. You think you know me? Oh my god. All right, so there is Angel. What do we do? 3, 4? You're gonna go 5 again?
Four. No, I'm not gonna go five. I think I thought I would going into it, but I'll go four. But there's a lot of really interesting stuff in this episode, and
Yeah,
again, I think it plays better on a rewatch.
yeah. I'll
But
go 4
I
too.
loved it at the time. Like I remember watching this, going like, this show's like they're like destroying the show. Like it, like they don't give a fuck. Connor's fucking Cordelia. There's fire raining from the sky.
Why is this
There's
good though?
there's this beast guy who just like can't be beat. Like this episode ends like it's very like Empire Strikes Back ending. Like fucking nobody's happy. Well, except for maybe Connor.
Except for Connor.
Yeah.
He's really the only one. You're right.
Yeah.
That's tough. It's pretty tough. Yeah. So I ranked it just now between Through the Looking Glass and Quickening. I have it under all the Pylea stuff. I love that section. It's tough to beat.
Fair enough.
And what about you? You want me to start last week?
I don't know. I'd probably have this. Oh yeah, where did I put last week's?
Last week you have 10 between Sleep Tight and Billy.
This is below that, but like not that far. So read me down.
Epiphany, The Trial, Sanctuary, To Shanshu in LA, Dead End, the last time we saw Lindsay.
Yeah, no. Hang on. What was before to Shanshu in LA?
Sanctuary.
Yeah, there between Sanctuary and to Shanshu in LA.
So last one you had 10, this one you have at 15.
Yeah,
So you were right. We are on a good stretch of Angel,
for me.
especially for you. I mean, I like them too,
Mhm.
but you love them. I feel like we still haven't topped the like when Darla was on the show.
That's fair.
To me, I loved that part.
That's fair. I do think there's some stuff coming up on Angel that you're gonna be really into.
I mean,
Like
I
you
really am into
specific.
everything.
I know, but I think like there's some shit you're gonna pop for coming up.
Okay,
Mhm.
interesting. Well, I feel like we're breaking up these couples. I don't know how much long these are together for. So, as if Lila and Wesley are a couple. I don't know.
Well, they Wesley said couple.
He did. He lost
All
the
right,
bet.
and he lost $1.
And there was talk in the Angel or in the Buffy episode this week where Buffy was like really confirming that she and Spike were sort of like dating each other. Like
Yeah.
she says, like my last relationship, meaning Spike,
Mm-hmm.
is what she keeps saying. And there's the part where he asks her, like, was your last relationship with a vampire? I feel like we don't really get that, but with like, yeah, she's not talking about Riley, which was her previous
Right.
one. So she is talking about Spike. So she that was very serious to her. And same here, I guess, with Wesley and Lila.
I think
But
she acknowledges that Spike loved her,
yeah, and he didn't
and
mean to do the bad things he did. So is that it for Buffy? Oh, we have these comments. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. That was almost a
plenty of
terrible job.
comments, and then I'll set up next week.
Yeah. Josh Merlis says, Buffy, I thought we were starting every episode this season with some enigmatic scene from around the world. Are we just, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Are we just abandoning that?
I mean, not abandoning, but that is a thing for the first 2 episodes of the season, and we haven't been back to it. Istanbul
Great.
in episode 1. I think we're in like Germany in episode 2.
I don't remember, but I'm glad that, thank you for reminding me of that. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
He says title
That
card?
is leading
Question
to
marks.
something.
Yeah, I assume it
Um,
is.
yeah.
I guess he's talking about when the music was all that fun stuff with the music in the
Oh
band.
yeah, yeah.
It eats you starting with your bottom for sure, bro. Anchovies, fuck yeah, he likes anchovies. The Dawn stuff
Nice.
was scary. It was pretty scary. He says Angel has a bad habit of withholding important information just for the sake of protecting people's delicate sensibilities. It's very dumb. Also, did you guys notice he was breathing in this one? I didn't notice that.
He says that every week now.
Got him breathing. You got to stop. Okay, let's give it an explanation. Angel obviously needs to breathe, not to survive, but so he can talk, sigh, and
I
deliver
I
other breathy
I
affectations.
I've always thought that it's like he doesn't need to breathe, but it's like a reflex, like a human reflex that he still has from back when he was a
He has
human.
human reflexes still.
I don't know. That's how I've
Maybe he's
always
just doing it to fit in, to try to look human.
maybe.
He doesn't want people to know, obviously. Buffy and Angel feel a bit too similar. A well-foreseen evil is arising from below, and everyone is freaking out. Okay, that's interesting.
I like that point because I remember feeling that way at the time. Like this is the first time I've watched Buffy and Angel concurrently since they aired.
Oh wow,
Like since that happened, I've watched like either Buffy or Angel. You
right.
know, binged one of the two. And I'd forgotten that I felt this way until like I was watching it yesterday, and it's like, yeah, there's all the from beneath you it devours stuff on Buffy, but then they keep talking about like something rising on Angel and like the beast and
Fair.
shit. It is pretty similar. Um, I hadn't thought of that in a long time.
Yeah, that's a good call. And then he says, "Oh boy, Connor's having a real stepmom needs to share the bed moment." You guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
I sure do.
Yeah, it's funny. Very good week, but I don't think it quite lived up to the hype. He says, "I think that's fair. Maybe it was just that's your fault, Daniel.
That's my fault. Yeah.
Saying best week of all time. I mean, it's
Mhm.
hard to live up to best week of all time.
I didn't say best week of all time.
No, he did
It's
say
just a
that.
strong week. Like I feel like both of these episodes are both important contextually and really good on their own.
I don't
And
disagree with that.
conversations with dead people is I feel like a special episode of Buffy. Like it's one of those ones like when you think about the series, like going back, like when we're done, you'll remember this episode because it's
Yeah,
kind of unique.
yeah. I won't need to ask you. What was that one about?
Yeah.
I think I'm getting to the point like I've viewed them enough where I don't really have to do that too much. I didn't
No,
know the pieces one earlier.
I fall to
Uh,
pieces. Yeah.
Jack Bulberry says, I'm about 6 months behind now, but still going. So this is Jack was the guy who was way behind us. Coming
Okay.
up on
Well,
the season 5 Buffy finale. Whoa, season
okay.
five.
Well, that's great.
What is that?
The
Is that
gift.
Glory?
Yep.
Oh shit. You just mentioned that you hope people other than Josh listen. And yep, we do. I'm way behind, but enjoying the podcast a lot and shows, he says. Not sure if you've already decided on the next show to cover, but I thought Lost would be great since Logan hasn't seen it and it lends itself well to crazy theories in podcast form.
I do feel like that's kind of the obvious one.
I don't think it's the obvious one. I think it's one of the obvious. Twin Peaks has been talked about. Um, there are a lot of shows I haven't
Well,
seen
Twin
that I'm
Peaks
not
is a
watching
lot.
on
Twin
purpose.
Peaks is a lot shorter. I think there's only like
2 seasons and then the return.
well, the return. Yeah, there's 27 episodes in the original run, and then the return's like 18 episodes.
Okay.
Um,
A lot of stuff I feel like has been done.
yeah, but I mean, Buffy and Angel have been done. Like the fun thing
Twin
about
Peaks
it
has
is
been
just
done
that
since.
you've never seen them.
True, true. Uh,
Yeah,
I think maybe we'll have a vote at the end. We'll put like a few shows up.
Lost is gonna win.
Yeah, you're probably right. Who made that show? Will be David Lindelof boys. See who
JJ
made that?
JJ boys.
JJ boys.
Mm.
And then oh yeah, that's all Jack said. Thank you, Jack. Oh, maybe that's why he wants us to do Lost. His name's freaking Jack. Oh, he got us.
That's hilarious.
Good job.
Uh,
So that is Buffy's
oh,
Angels.
and we had a comment last week after we posted
Thank you. Yeah, I think that she maybe
from
didn't
Laura.
comment here because she was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck those guys."
But no. She said last week like she was just behind, and that's the only reason she hasn't commented. So like,
Should we read it?
we
I got it here.
Yeah, we got people watching. I'm excited about that.
Should I read what she said?
Yeah. Read Laura's.
She says, first of all, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I hope you have a lovely holiday and some time to relax. Please don't worry about the comment. Oh, don't worry about the comments. I think it might have been a time zone issue. Whether I don't comment, it just means I've fallen behind or that I missed the notification, like this week. Well,
There you
hopefully you
go.
hear this one. What a wonderful week this was. There was a lot of very much needed laughs. Xander and Spike living together must be the worst plan ever. They've already done it before. I don't know if you remember that or not, but they'll tear each other's heads off within a week. Does it matter if vampires shower? Good question.
I bet you they probably
do. They have an odor?
I bet they start smelling like dead bodies. Maybe
they are a dead body.
Yeah.
Willow is back with the dirty jokes. I don't remember what'd she say. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. It's been a week.
Buffy hitting on RJ is so incredibly creepy. Well, he's older than she is. The actor is.
Well, yeah, but
it's very.
But it's a high school guidance counselor, hitting on a student.
But wasn't it cool when she said, "We're like the same age, but I have the sexual experience"? Isn't that cool though?
Well, yeah.
It's very rare this type of situation is portrayed that way. My affection for Xander is steadily increasing. Somehow he's ended up being the only properly grown-up person on the show in the group.
Yeah, it's kind of true
that Willow is affected by the jacket. That was a favorite part, Willow, with the
because
jacket.
She's gay though. Like,
oh yeah, she wanted to turn him into a woman.
But I think Willow is bisexual. Bisexual is just not a thing we said a lot on TV around this time.
How is she not into Xander though?
What do you mean?
They're so perfect for each other.
Willow and Xander?
There's no spark there even now.
I don't think so. I think like what Willow has been through with Tara and what Xander has been through with Anya has really changed them both and what they're looking for in relationships.
They won't even give it a go.
Well, we still got most of the season left.
That'd be cool. Is Cordelia still a demon? At least she realizes that her haircut isn't great. Oh, come on, Laura, not cool. Fred must have had some sort of epiphany around her graduation, going from believing in chemtrail conspiracies to studying physics.
Yeah, because she was like a real weed hound in high school.
I think she's just doing that to get by, to get through the physics studying.
Could be.
You got to do that sometimes. Cordelia, I believe, is still a demon, right? Or is she not? Because she went to the.
I can't.
Yeah, we really don't know. We haven't seen any signs of that.
Of all the shit I can't talk about, the Cordelia
we'll get way into it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It says load more. Oh, I'm on the last week's thing. I think that's it for Buffy's Angels. Those are all the comments that we've got.
Thank you for listening.
What are we doing next week?
Next week, 2 episodes of Buffy. Episode 8 is called Sleeper.
All right.
And episode 9 is called Never Leave Me.
Ooh. Well, I think Cordelia and Connor are gonna sleep all the next episode. They're gonna be gone. Oh, wait, did you say Buffy? We're doing Buffy?
Buffy.
Oh,
Next week
my
is
bad.
2 episodes
My
of
bad.
Buffy.
I don't know. I don't have any predictions. Oh, I think that Jonathan's not dead. He's just sleeping.
Oh,
He's a
he's the
sleeper.
sleeper. Okay.
And then Willow is gonna say to Xander, "Never leave me. I'm in love with you." And that's it. That's where
All
we're going
right.
with
Well,
Buffy
look
next week.
forward to next week. Wild shit happening. All right, that'll do, pig. And keep watching, and we're gonna record another episode right now. Not of Buffy's Angels, but of a different thing. Listen, blood is delicious. Yum yum.